We wanted a winter adventure. We wanted snow. And that's exactly what we got. Join us as we travel into Washington for this adventure near the Naches area. We visited Tieton Pond and then did some frozen lakeside camping at Lost Lake. We battled 18-degree weather and heavy snowfall, and it was truly relaxing and just peaceful sitting there by the fire watching the snow come down. Sit back, enjoy the video, and try to picture yourself inside this winter wonderland. Please like, follow, and subscribe. We are Adventure the Whole Way on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. We're trying to grow our channel. We just passed 100 subscribers, so thank you to everyone who has subscribed. We enjoy making these videos and taking these trips, and there's more to come in the future, so tune in for the next one. Good morning, guys. It's Will and Kaylee with Adventure the Whole Way. We are headed out again for another weekend adventure. We're only camping one night this weekend. Tonight we're going to end up at Lost Lake in Washington. It's a little bit rainy here, but snow's on the way in between midnight-ish tonight and Thursday. They're calling for 3 to 4 feet of snow in the Cascades, and we're going to be up in the Naches area around Packwood, close to Mount Rainier, so it should get a pretty heavy dumping of snow this week. I think we're going to catch a little bit of that this evening and tomorrow, but if all goes well, we'll be camping beside a snowy, maybe frozen lake a little bit. Should be pretty. We're going to ride some roads and some trails. This will be our last trip with all the clutter in the back seat, all of our gear. We're about 30 miles from where we're gonna get off the pavement and start taking some trails. But this is the Oak Creek Wilderness area where they do wintertime feeding of the elk. So we've been here before, but it's really cool. Last time there were a bunch of really big bulls. I see a few big ones. Throughout the winter, they drive these trucks out there and drop hay bales off and feed them a couple times a day. Maybe just once a day at 1:30. So. Alright, so we have made it off of the pavement. Our first stop is right here. We're going to check out Tieton Pond. The pictures I saw of it looked pretty cool, but it was frozen over, and I don't think it's going to be frozen over right now. So we'll go see what that looks like. And then right up the road is the big Rimrock Lake. And then we'll be going over on the other side of the main road to camp tonight at Lost Lake. So we should hit some snow soon, and we'll see what we find. Tracks in last night's powder. sit. All right, so this is Tieton Pond. All right. So the picture I'd seen of it, there was more snow on the bank and around it, and it wasn't completely frozen over. So you could still see a little bit of blue water, but now it is fully snowed over and froze over except for one little spot out towards the middle. But it's still pretty. If you didn't know it was there, it'd be easy to mistake it and drive out onto it from the other side where the road comes in. Zava, get out of there. Easy Sadie. All right. That's it. Just a small pond frozen over. All right, we've made it away from Tieton Pond. We're now on Lost Lake Road. Came across some deer here at the beginning of the trail. I don't know what that one had dragging in its mouth. She was eating. Little blacktails. One of them pretty plump, but we're gonna go down this road a good ways to Lost Lake. That's where we're gonna camp tonight. We might go past it and do a little short hike at Kluchman's Rock, I think is what it's called. But we'll see. Hopefully we find some nice views of the snowy mountains around us. Hopefully camp is a success tonight. But stay tuned. Alright, we're pushing for Lost Lake. We're aired down to about 15 psi. It's pretty icy under this snow. This is old snow for sure. We aren't even using four-wheel drive yet, so I'm thinking we'll make it unless it gets super deep up here. It is supposed to, I just checked the radar again, the snow's supposed to start around 4 a.m. It'll be pretty heavy, so I don't think getting down will be an issue. So as long as we make it, I think we're golden, and this may be the earliest we've ever set up for camp, but this weekend we're just kind of chilling. It's an adventure, but we don't, our last couple, especially our Hawaii's trips, we tried to pack so much into one weekend that it was go, 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 go. So if we can just relax a little bit and hopefully get a scenic view of the lake, have dinner, and just hang out, I'll be perfectly fine with that. So stick with us, we'll let you know. Alright guys, this is Lost Lake. It is covered in snow and probably completely frozen, I would think. But you could see the little peak behind it a little bit, but the snow clouds are drifting through. It had said about 9 o'clock tonight for a start on the snow, but it is very lightly snowing right now. So I'm sure it's gonna snow all night. It was kind of deep getting up in here. as we turned off a lot of ruts we had to go through. So as long as we don't get more than, I don't know, I'd say 1.5 foot overnight, we should be good to get back out of here. We're considering going back to Tieton Pond to camp tonight. Just because it's a little less effort to get out of there if it does snow a ton overnight. But if not, we'll probably come up here and camp when these pull offs a little bit higher above the lake. With a little bit of cover from the snow. We could probably come right through there, make a decent spot right here at this fire ring. We're gonna be rocking the propane fire pit today. Didn't bring any firewood, but this is it. We'll get set up somewhere. Alright, we have decided to call Lost Lake home for the night. In the sake of getting level with the best view, we have built the Great Wall of China to drive up on here. But, look at that view. That is amazing, and that's exactly what I wanted for the weekend. A little bit of snowy mountains and lakes up in the Alpine. So I'm gonna set everything up and then we'll relax a little while, make dinner. The dogs seem happy. What do you think about the camping spot?
It's a great spot. Took some Tetris to get in here,
but that view's worth it. So can't wait to have the fire going and watch the last light of day leave right here at the lake and just relax. Okay, everything is set up, but Kaylee was cooking dinner. I had to turn the fire pit off and we moved the table under the awning because it has started coming down really good. It is it's snowing, so we had a little catastrophe moving the table. The pan fell on the ground, so we had to wash off the burgers, and now we've re-seasoned them. She's re-seasoned them and going to town, but we'll have some bacon cheeseburgers with fried eggs, and once we're done cooking, we'll move the table out the way, start the fire pit back up, and this is really nice. This is winter. finally got some, but here's to hoping we can get out of here in the morning, because it's coming down good. Big old flakes. All right, it's lightened up quite a bit. Still coming down, but nothing like it was. You can see the mountain there a little bit more. But we had dinner. Bacon cheeseburgers with eggs. They were delicious. Dogs have had their dinner and a little treat. They all three got pig ears today. And yeah, we're just hanging out. This it's so peaceful out here. That's part of the draw to the outdoors, and just the the places that take your breath away. Not because it was so hard to hike there, but just because it makes you feel small when you're looking at it. This frozen lake is quiet. Every now and then you hear a bird, but other than that, it's just still with the snow falling. So after our usual type of weekends, this is a nice little change of pace. We still got one more video in the Owyhee mini series to do in Nevada, and I'm sure it'll be jam-packed. And next weekend, I think we're doing a Oregon coast trip. It'll be pretty jam-packed, but every now and then just kick back and relax and soak it all in. And that's what we're gonna do. Probably hang out here till the sun goes down and it gets dark. Then we'll crawl inside and get under an electric blanket and play a game of checkers or chess, maybe something like that. And then we'll wake up and see how much snow we got tomorrow and see what roads we can go ride on. But this will be us signing off tonight, and we'll see you in the morning.
Good morning.
From Lost Lake. It's around 7:30. We have woken up to fresh snow on the ground and falling in the air. The awning was covered, kind of brushed some of it off, but yeah, looks like it started around 4 a.m. as expected. And yeah, it's real pretty. So we're gonna see about breakfast or skipping it and just packing up, getting some coffee. We'll get coffee regardless. But yeah, this is what we wanted to wake up to. That's a heck of a view, and love the fresh snow on all the branches and just everything being frozen. Marcy likes the snow. But yep. All right, got the coffee going. It's a good morning at camp, Lost Lake, Naches, Washington. Incredible view. Snow falling pretty steady. Get some coffee to warm us up and then pack everything up, including the doggies here. Sadie. And then we'll go ride some trails and play in the snow. The best part of waking up is Folgers at the frozen lake. All right, we had morning coffee. We're getting everything packed up, but the snow stopped momentarily and it is super clear, so you can see that mountain really good. The avalanche risk on Onyx is moderate for this area, and I can see why. I could see all that sliding off. But this spot has been amazing. We did coffee, got most of the little stuff packed up. Pretty much the only thing left is the tent and the awning, and we'll be rolling out soon. But man, this spot was nice, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. Alright, we've pretty much made it all the way back down. Coming back towards Highway 12. Got a good view of surrounding mountains. I'm thinking we'll go back down to the main road and drive over and see Rimrock Lake. It's a really big lake. And then we'll see where we go from there. This was just a one-night camping trip, so we'll ride a little bit and then it'll be time to point it back home. But we'll have fun for a little while. See what we can find up here. Alright, we been riding for a minute and have made it back to the blacktop. So the mountains all got some snow last night. So we're gonna air up because we're at 15 psi. Air up on the asphalt, and if we wind up somewhere else, we can air back down. For now, I'm not sure where we're going from here. Plan was to go up to jump off Lookout Tower, but with all the snow, I don't think that's gonna happen today. So we will play it by ear and just see where we wind up. Rimrock Lake out to my left over here. We were seeing it in the drone shots high up above Lost Lake last night. I think there's a pull-off up here somewhere. We can get out and look at it. Alright, this is Rimrock. Look at the lake real quick. Was snowing really good just a minute ago. Mount Rainier's that way. That's not Mount Rainier, but it's beyond that. It's very windy, but it's a beautiful area. We've driven by here in the summer. In the summertime, this place is packed and full of people. We were camped right up in here at Lost Lake. Been a good trip. we let the dogs get out and play and potty right there by the lake. We're gonna start heading back towards the city of Naches. Kind of aiming for being at the elk feeding place at 1:30 when they feed the elk. So there's the Tieton Nature Trail along the Tieton River. Right there close to it, it's got a pretty cool little suspension bridge. We've done the hike before, but we're gonna go see if it's snowy and if there's any snow along the edge of the river. See what it looks like from the bridge. That's probably about it for this one. We're gonna start moseying back after we see the elk. So stick with us to the end. Alright, it is lunchtime. We skipped breakfast, getting packed up and getting out of there from Lost Lake. So we've pulled off right here along the river. Pretty good scenery. And from here we're gonna have our sandwich and then head up to a cool little suspension bridge and then to go see some elk. And then home from there. Okay, we are back at the Oak Creek Wildlife Area where they feed the elk. We're still about an hour away from when they feed them. So there's a big bull laying right there. But we've seen it before, and last year the herd was a lot bigger. This is part of the Yakima herd. And there were more of them last year. There's some coming down the hill right there. But I don't think we're going to hang out for another hour. I think we're going to head home and get unpacked, see if our decked drawer system's in yet. And if it's been delivered, we'll get it put in today. But it's been a good little trip, and that's going to do it for this one. So we will see you on the next one. Kaylee, what you think about the trip?
Yeah, it's been a great trip.
A lot slower pace than usual, but sitting by Lost Lake and just taking it in and relaxing, that was really nice.
Finally got our snow camping in.
This whole area will be completely covered within the next couple days. So we're gonna get back home and tune in for the next one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.